This whole thing is just completely pointless. It's just all over semantics. Hi there, my name's Caden. About a week ago, I watched a certain video by Arielle Scarcella. For those of you who don't know who she is a lesbian YouTuber who mainly makes videos about lesbian things.
Hi, I'm Arielle. For those of you who are new and never seen my videos before, I'm a lesbian. As a lesbian, I'm a woman who dates women.
But occasionally, she also makes other videos about other LGBT topics. And recently, she made a video called Trans Women Are Trans Women. Now, before I get into it, I wanted to add a little bit of background. The first video I saw of Arielle's was Why Trans People Detransition. And I remember very much agreeing with what she said in her video. The video was a reaction to a group of detransitioning women on their channel, the Peak Resilience Project. Arielle basically said that these women detransitioned because they weren't really trans. She was basically defending trans people against those people who like to use the existence of detransitioners as proof that trans people aren't real. And I actually subscribed to her channel after I watched that video. I wanted to rewatch the video to see if it was how I remembered it, but apparently it's gone now. I managed to find a link to it, and then I saw that it was changed to private. So after that, I maybe saw a few more videos by her. I'm not really interested in most of her topics. But this Trans Women Are Trans Women video really was the first that I saw that I was basically just completely disagreeing with. I was going to rewatch it before, but it's also gone, so I can't even show you any of the footage of it here. Pretty much, her conclusion that she drew in this video is that trans women are not women, but I think she also said that they weren't men either. As per the title of her video, she said that trans women are trans women. She wanted them to have their own classification. So she basically just decided to define women to mean just the exact same thing as cis women. And she wanted this because trans women and cis women are different. And, well, of course they're different. That's why we have the terms cis and trans, to make the distinction between them when we want to. This whole thing is just completely pointless. It's just all over semantics. It's like, I'm sorry, but language evolves on its own, and you can't change the flow of how it's changing. And it's just ridiculous to try and avoid calling trans women women just because, well, you can't always tell that someone is trans. You've probably already called a trans woman a woman or a lady or a girl or something and not even realize that you did it. It's just completely impractical to try to just not call them women and make sure you call them trans women. Now, okay, some trans women don't pass. Some are in the middle of transitioning or just beginning to transition. But then again, there are some cis women who look like trans women. What makes it so worth the effort to try and distinguish who's trans and who's not? The only reason I can think of is because someone's transphobic and they want to make sure that trans people are separated from them. Now, some people are going to ask, well, if trans women are women, then how do you define women? Yes, basically woman means female adult, as the definition of the word. But is the language always just so cut and dry? For example, we label most bathroom men and women, but children are allowed to use them, so in this case, it doesn't mean adult per se. You know, child can mean someone under the age of 18, except when you're using the word to say it's somebody's child, then they could possibly be an adult child. Again, it's ambiguous. Another example, literally means something is not figurative, except when it's used as an exaggeration, it means it is figurative. Take the phrase, I saw Bob with my telescope. Does that mean I was using my telescope to see Bob, or did I see that Bob has my telescope? Language is ambiguous, and this kind of definition of woman is just kind of the same thing. The term woman is and has been used to include trans women, and you can't make people stop doing that. The same way no one can stop you from trying to exclude trans women from womanhood. But I'm just saying, that trying to define women to only mean cis woman is impossible. You can't make that decision. I don't know why Arielle took down this video she made. Maybe she changed her mind about what she thought. Maybe she just didn't like how she said it, or maybe someone else got it taken down instead. I don't know. But she did leave up this tweet on Twitter regarding a comment on the video. To this, I'm just gonna say one thing. Natalie Day, if you agree with everything Arielle said in that video, why didn't you tell off some of these people on YouTube that are calling you a woman? Anyway, the last thing I just wanted to add is that I'm not gonna tell Arielle that she shouldn't be making videos on trans people. I think in this video she was wrong, but I don't think it's wrong for her to be voicing what she thinks. Revealing what you think is sometimes the only way to learn what's right and wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time.